welcome to Let's Play Cars Meta National Championship, Episode 7. And where for this segment, we are now going to get on with Rhythmic Rumble, which apparently is at Ramone's House of Body Art. And, of course, to start off the segment, I decided to get some bonus points by driving across the rooftops. Basically from Ramone's house all the way over here, which is basically the nearest to the fucking courthouse. So, I do of course have some bonus points, and I was also able to get to the icon which pays about as high as 40,000 bonus points, as of which I'm pretty sure I now have over 350,000 scored points overall. And so, let's get on with Rhythmic Rumble. And also, heading into this, I decided to put the music on because fortunately the composed music in this game is not copyrighted compared to pretty much the rest of the soundtrack. And ultimately, I just figured this would be the way to start off, you know, just so I've got some incentive before I very much expect the worst possible things to occur. And I also decided to change the difficulty down from Champion to Pro because I know for sure that my reaction timings will be very slow. And of course I'm not going to do this on the Rookie difficulty because, well, that would make it too easy. So I just figured I'd keep it split. Ramone's Rhythmic Rumble. Press the buttons in time with the music. The more you get in a row, the more your character dances. Time your presses perfectly for special bonuses. And also for a multiplying combo. So, there are a total of 7 levels that we need to do, and of course the bolt banners will pretty much increase as the levels go by. And as for this, I'm pretty sure it's only in-game compositions, so I don't think there are going to be any problems regarding copyrights. I don't think. But I could be wrong. Anyways, let's begin. Since I have a feeling I'm probably going to be struggling with this one anyway. Here we go. Okay, so off to a steady start.
Oh yeah!
And I already have 3 times combo.
Art, music, was the Renaissance.
Also, furthermore, it does surprise me on how the only button I'm pressing at the moment is R1. Which does actually baffle me a little bit. Although then again, now that I've said that, I'm pretty sure it's going to get harder as I go along.
Who knows what's coming next? It's like totally boring.
Well, I still have to have rhythm, but
Yeah, feeling that flex.
I scored 44,000 in level 1 alone, and oddly enough, that was on the Pro difficulty. Although, the only reason why I would probably say that is because it was on the Pro difficulty. So, high score of 44,000, which I set in the Professional difficulty, and ultimately, we now have another bolt banner to add on to the 20 bolt banners that we have up to this point, and I'm now up to 384,750 points overall. And I'm not going to save the game yet because there are still 6 more levels we need to get through, and I'm pretty sure they will get harder as we trundle along, but I'm hopeful in saying this won't be a complete tiptoeing process. I'm hopeful in saying that I will manage to more or less sail my way through this. So, let's move onwards to level 2. And yes, I am doing all 7 levels in one segment, because fortunately, these do not count towards overall game completion. So I just figured I would get them over with now, and then I wouldn't have to worry about them later. So, same instructions as before, still only a single bolt banner, but at least it will give us some incentive as it gets harder. And okay.
That Ramone is like a machine. A machine.
Out there, trying to shake off a bumblebee?
Okay, so as I would have anticipated, it is of course getting harder now because I'm having to press more than just a single button, but again, I anticipated this would be coming, but fortunately I'm not playing this on the champion difficulty, so I am more likely to succeed now than I was before. Oh. Oh, there goes another one. Oh, okay. I'm losing rhythm again. Oh, can I at least get past this one? I'm hopefully saying that I can. Hopefully this will be good enough to make it to level 3.
Inspiration is like
Alright. And in that one, I scored 74,300 points. And I get another 15,000 for completing the level, and as of which, I'm now up to 400,000 total points. And another Bolt banner has been earned, and in terms of our game progress, still haven't changed in terms of the numbers, but we do now have 22 Bolt banners to our name, 2 levels are down, and we still have 5 to go. I'm hopeful in saying this won't be too complicated for me to stride my way through. Just really hoping this does not break my stride from here. But again, we'll wait and see. Because apparently I have to select the levels whenever I go through them for some reason in the mini-games. And I've heard that the phone is ringing, but again, I'm not going to answer it because I'm focused on this. And this time we get 2 Bolt banners, if we can succeed, of course, with the Rhythmic Rumble. Let's do it. And I don't know what the compositions are called, but ultimately they'll probably reveal it on the World of Cars fandom page, considering that's more or less where I get the info from, but I really cannot be bothered to know what exactly the compositions are called, because, well, personally, oh, a little bit early on that one, but, well, hopefully it doesn't dent my progress from there, unless I start missing consistently. In other words, inconsistently. Well, oh, damn it. Yep, this is where it gets complicated. Oh, missed another one. Okay. Okay, well, I missed those final two keys, but again, it really doesn't matter because I still managed to succeed with the level. So, 3 levels are down and still 4 to go. Set them up and then knock them down. And not going to have a look at the game progress again until I have completed this. And oddly enough, to start with, this has actually been a hell of a lot easier than I thought it was going to be by switching to the pro difficulty. And oddly enough, I could have done this at the champion difficulty, but I opted not to. And ultimately overall, I can say that I've gladly benefited from this. And yes, this will probably be the only time that you see me doing something on the pro difficulty instead of the champion difficulty. Because the only reason why I chose to move this down to the pro difficulty is because, well, I knew I would be struggling. And this time, we again get 2 Bolt Spanner points. And onwards to composition number 4. And this time we're having to use all the keys. Come on. Oh, okay. I can probably hazard a guess.
He's in his own world, man.
Okay, almost there, I think. Come on, almost there. Okay, I still beat it. In spite of me having some inconsistency on that run, somehow in the end I still beat it. 2 more Bolt Spanner points, which now puts my total up to 26, and game completion still has not changed. And now we only have 3 levels remaining. And will they get any easier? Fuck no. They will only get harder. Because apparently there might be game progression takes trial and error. And oddly enough, trial and error is exactly what I anticipate this game to be more or less all about. Alright, anyways, level 5, and then we should have just 2 levels remaining. So, same instructions as before, except for saying this time we get 3 Bolt Spanner points. Let's see if we can complete level 5.
Oh yeah! Yeah, feeling that flex!
Come on. Oh, damn it.
Whoa! Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, feeling it now.
Let me just...
That's not it though.
Okay. I'm hopefully saying that I'm not far away from completing this.
Whoa!
Okay, I just made it. Somehow, I survived to level 5. And now that's pretty much an indication of knowing how exactly the final 2 levels are gonna go. Anyways, I'm now up to over 450,000 points, 5 levels are done, and no change in overall completion. Although I suppose that isn't going to happen until I've completed this. Although overall, it does surprise me on how I've managed to succeed with all of these on my first attempt so far. And I would imagine it's going to be from here that I would think my momentum is probably going to snap. I mean, it has to snap at some point, because there's no way I would be able to officially do all of these on my first try. I'm pretty sure that I'll probably snap eventually. I'm sure I will. But again, it will surprise me if I do manage to succeed with all 7 of these on my first attempt. So, level 6, and this time we get 4 Bolt Spanner points for completing composition number 6. Here is to hoping I can do just that.
Art, music, who's the Renaissance man? Uh-oh, no one scrape. Whoa! That's it.
Yes! Finally! God, that composition was a bitch. But somehow, I narrowly beat it. I don't know how, but I narrowly beat it. Anyways, so I missed what I think was about probably 8 failed attempts to try and get that composition right. I actually did it. Anyways, let's now move onwards to the final level of Rhythmic Rumble. And then, once I'm done with this, we will probably never have to do this again. Unless I decide to do a Redux version once I've completed all of the mainstream console series in the game. And not the secondary releases. I'm referring purely to the primary versions. So anyways, let's now move onwards to the final level of Rhythmic Rumble. And then, once I have done this, we can move onwards to something else. Something which hopefully won't take as long for me to complete. So, same instructions as before, and this time we get 5 Bolt Banner points. As of which, obviously, I've noticed the higher the Bolt Banner points are, the harder it gets. But fortunately, this is the final level, so I don't need to go any further than I already have done. Anyways, let's do this.
Step back. Who knows what's coming next? Uh-oh, don't let it scrape. Wow, look at him go!
What's he doing out there? Trying to shake off a bumblebee?
Wow. I did not think I was going to do 6 out of 7 of those on my first try, but somehow I did. I mean, even after the dodgy start I had to this composition, I honestly thought for sure it was not going to be success on my first attempt. But somehow it was. And so, there we go. All 7 levels of Ramone's Rhythmic Rumble have officially been completed. And now we can check our overall game progress. And still no change in the percentage completion, but ultimately, in the end of that, we gained 18 Bolt Banners from doing this one alone. And surprisingly, I did 6 out of 7 compositions on my first try somehow. I don't know how I did it, but I did it on my but I did most of those on my first attempt. And yes, I will now save the game. Still, from switching down to the professional difficulty, in spite of me having some trouble with level 6, somehow I made it through all 7 levels with almost no problems at all. And so, that, my friends, was Rhythmic Rumble.
Thanks, Lizzie.
Oh yeah, by the way, for certain mini-games that we complete, we also get stickers. And oddly enough, I have completed the first of those. Which technically means, of course, that we now have our first sticker. And even though my percentage completion number has not changed yet, well, because it's mainly based on story mode completion, ultimately, we do now have our first sticker. And if I just... oh, okay. As you can see there, we now have our first sticker, received from Lizzie. And there is nothing on here that says about stickers, but whatever. Point is, that was Rhythmic Rumble. And before I do the next segment, obviously, I am going to change it back to the champion difficulty. And before we get on with North Willys Butte, I'm going to get on with the Monster Truck Waypoint races, which means, of course, that I will need to switch back to Lightning's Monster Truck variant before we get on with the next segment. And so with that, stay tuned for more of the Meta National Championship.